You find yourself lost in Irvingland.
Prison quadrant number 5. All inmates prepare for inspection. Prison quadrant number 5. All inmates prepare for inspection. Prison quadrant number 5. All inmates prepare for inspection.
Maybe I'm missing something, but it looks to me as though that's exactly what they're doing. Are you required to be a nag about it? By now, you have figured out that we are the only beings in the universe who actually travel by going from one place to another over a span of time. That wasn't very nice. You realize the cost of that helmet is coming out of his paycheck. Gee, I wonder where he'll end up.
Come on, Smith, you're supposed to be helping.
My presence here is quite help enough, Major. You know that my delicate back does not permit me to indulge in manual labor.
Well, you'd better indulge right now. Come on!
But I'm just the funny part.
Hurry up! Oh, very well.
What'd I tell you? There he is. Oh, wait, that's Dr. Smith.
Tap the pen while I hold this in place.
With what?
The hammer.
Where is it?
There!
Here?
There!
See there, Major? You could just as easily have done that without my help.
Smith, I order.
It's not my fault. I told you I was not well enough to do all this heavy work. Major, you wouldn't strike an invalid?
Get out of here, Smith. Just get out of my sight.
A splendid idea. I go.
I don't know what tactical genius keeps pairing the two of them up in the first place.
Major, come quickly! He's dead. I know he's dead.
Stop your wailing. He's not dead. He's probably had some kind of an accident.
From the look of him, he's had more than one accident.
You stay here. I'll get the first aid kit from the chariot.
He expects Smith to stay put, watch over an unconscious man, and not foul it up somehow. He expects far too much.
Sound, and you're dead.
Told you.
How did you get here?
I don't know. Last thing I remembered, I was running low on fuel. And then I stalled out. And I crashed. You alone here in this freezing place?
There's just me and Major West. He's gone to fetch you a first aid kit.
The convict says, I'm freezing. Give me your coat and you take this shirt.
Not even a thank you, indeed. Whatever has happened to good manners? This tacky material probably provides no warmth of any kind.
It's not designed to. It's designed to let the whole universe know you're an escaped criminal.
That must be the one.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. You arrived just in the nick of time.
Don't move.
Of course, Smith is all confused because obviously he's not the escapee, the other guy is. If they gave the guards a picture of the guy, it should be easy to see this isn't him.
The warden will be pleased with us. Captured an escaped convict.
He will give me a pat on my head because I have done a good thing. I have done.
Okay, you better let him go.
Major, tell them who I am. Tell them I'm not an escaped prisoner.
You look very natural, Smith.
Don't let them take me away.
It's a great temptation, but I guess I'm stuck with you. You better let him go.
Interfere and you'll be destroyed.
These guys aren't paying attention. The new arrival is the warden of that place, known as Prison Planet Destructon, so maybe he'll notice that the guy who's currently wearing this shirt is about half the size of the guy who actually left with it. And indeed, he says this isn't the guy. But you two must have helped him escape since this one is wearing his shirt.
Then you're aware that in helping a prisoner to escape, that you have just violated Section 42B of the Intergalactic Penal Code.
Look, we had no idea he was an escaped prisoner.
Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
That's not ignorance of the law, dude. It's ignorance of some guy's identity. But we'll find out real quick that this guy cares about his own prestige and nothing else. He'll be a big shot and the best warden in 4011 planets and blah blah no matter who suffers so he can be important.
Somebody must have helped him to escape.
I assure you, my dear sir, it was not I. He did it! I saw him!
That's a new level of betrayal even for Smith. And spoiler, it will have no effect whatsoever on anybody, including him. Next episode, we'll be acting as though none of it ever happened.
Then you were here. You were an eyewitness to the whole thing?
Oh, yes, an eyewitness to the whole thing.
And you did nothing about it?
Let's see what kind of favor this little Judas maneuver gets him.
You're aware, of course, that Article 863D of the Intergalactic Penal Code provides that it is a felony not to try to forcibly stop a person or person engaged in aiding a prisoner.
But, Your Honor, Mr. Warden, I did my best, truly I did.
You'll both be remanded to the Intergalactic Court for the Control of Criminal Procedure and tried for your crimes.
If he had told the truth, they might both be able to go on about their business. Yeah, if.
Don, Dr. Smith! What happened?
They're under arrest. That's what happened.
Under arrest?
Yes, William, you must find your father immediately and tell him he must vouch for me as a character witness.
He'll vouch for Don, but you? Look at all the times you've stabbed them in the back for your own greed. Look at what you just did to Major West, then explain why he should. Except he's not here. He and everybody else is at the radar station.
These men are charged with a very serious crime. Imagine trying to help a prisoner to escape. No one escapes my prison.
But I'm innocent, I tell you.
Look, 500 years of penal perfection, 861 cases of attempted escape, and in the end, no one was successful.
That's right. There has never been a successful escape from Stalag Destructon.
You just can't assume they're guilty even without a trial. That's uncivilized.
Oh, we're not uncivilized. They'll have a trial. Unshackle the prisoners. An instant trial is all we'll have time for, but it will be fair under the circumstances.
This instant trial is a big joke in itself. A giant computer appears, the warden punches some holes in a card for the prosecution, Will punches some for the defense, and the computer renders a verdict, guilty. While all that's going on, the robot is out trying to find the real escaped prisoner. He figures if they can return the actual bad guy, this strutting lump of ego will let Don and Smith go.
And now I will pass the sentence of this court.
Wait! Your Honor, I have new evidence to present to the court. The escaped convict, who will tell exactly what happened.
Of course, Smith starts groveling and begging. I don't think our new friend likes that.
That's the way it is, partner. They caught us all fair and square. The game's up with us, Smitty.
Remember what you just did to Don? How's it feel, Smitty? He won't make that connection. It'd be absurd to expect him to think that far outside himself. But at least we can enjoy it for a few moments.
Take him to the chain forge.
Yes, Warden.
Major, don't leave me.
Even if I had a choice in the matter, I still would.
Major West is there for one reason and one reason only. Dr. Smith stabbed him in the back to try and save his own skin. Now the doctor wants to make nice because he's afraid of being alone. I'm sorry, I can't buy it anymore. I just can't. 3 years of going through what they have all gone through is going to change people. And in a small, interdependent group like this, the people are going to grow closer together and learn to care for and look out for each other. It's impossible for that not to happen. The Dr. Smith character has not changed a whit. And I'm at the end of my rope with him. In the early stages of the second season, his antics were sort of campy and amusing. But 2 years of the same thing week in and week out is too much. It's not interesting anymore. It's annoying. It's the kind of thing that makes people want to watch something else, and I suspect it's a big reason why ratings started sagging about midway through this season. I don't know whose short hairs Jonathan Harris was holding or how he got his hands on them, but it shouldn't have happened. Most of my contemporaries who watched the show remember lots of details about the first season when everyone was involved. All they remember of the second and third season is it was the Dr. Smith and Will show and it was the same thing every episode. Something comes up. Smith proves he's pure evil, gets himself and others in trouble. The crew saves him. They're angry at him but do nothing. Next week, he does it again. They're angry at him but do nothing. Next week, he does it again. And so on. And several of us quit watching and tuned into something else. No, I don't remember what it was, and it's not important. What was important was we weren't watching this.
It doesn't look too pleasant out there, but at least it's not as hot as you said it would be.
This viewing tube is kept at the same pleasant atmosphere as the administration buildings on the other side of the planet. Outside, it's just as hot as I promised you.
Now you know why your new friend, Creech by name, was feeling such a chill when he got to your planet. Excuse me, your former planet.
As if it weren't bad enough to be imprisoned in this horrible place, we have to live chained to this monster.
Oh, you don't want to live chained to me, huh? Well, that can be easily arranged.
Oh, it's so hot. I feel a splitting headache coming on.
Don't kill him with that. Just knock all his hair off so we know which one of you is Curly. Larry, I mean Don, will stop him, of course.
You got a pretty low threshold of pain tolerance, 274. Well, everything here is hot. That's why they've sentenced us here to this living death.
That's all the more reason we've got to help each other out. Stick that much closer together just to stay alive.
Oh, it's so hot. Everything is so hot.
I don't think Creech is the one you need to tell that to. Explain it to Solipsism Incorporated over there. Creech says, I have another plan to escape because that's the only possible way of getting out of here. Paroles and such don't happen. Don says, well, if you escape, you do it without us. We're staying here and waiting for Will and the others to go through channels.
There's only one way we have to escape. I'll lead you. Oh, I've escaped hundreds of times already.
He reminds me of the people who say, it's easy to quit smoking. I've done it hundreds of times.
And you've been brought back hundreds of times already in chains.
But not this time. Because this time I have a fantastic plan. See, I've got friends on the outside who will help me. All we have to do is get to them, and they'll help us.
A guard appears in that transport thing, then vanishes.
Prisoners in Quadrant 6, your work quota is not registering on the master computer. Remember, no work, no ice.
Whatever the situation, ice sounds really good to them right now. What's the deal?
They work our fingers to the bone all day. They send us a block of ice so at least we can sleep at night.
Work hard all day for an oversized ice cube? I won't do it.
Well, you'd better. Tonight when it's still blazing hot, you wish you had that nice cool ice to huddle around. Well, back to work time!
Smith will keep trying to refuse until Creech offers to use the hammer on his head. They'll get their ice block. And the robot is preparing another special little treat for him.
Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Roll it and pat it and mark it with S. Put it in the oven for Dr. Smith and Major West.
As they say, don't quit your day job. Will can't figure out why the robot would be doing this when their friends are in peril.
I guess it'll be a big comfort to Don and Dr. Smith to know that we're thinking about them. That candle burns funny.
Hurry, we must get out of here.
What happened? What?
Don't ask questions, just get out of here.
What do you mean?
Might want to cut back on the baking powder and the plastic explosive.
On the first set of rounds, guard number 10 reported that he saw the prisoners in Quadrant 6 just sitting and talking.
Yes, sir, that's right. But Creech seemed to be doing most of the talking. The two new prisoners more or less just listened.
I knew it. They can't fool the greatest warden in the galaxy.
He takes a little time to recount his own truly heroic deeds of the past, then says they're already planning their escape. He figures their route will take them through a certain area.
You know, I've been thinking perhaps an invisible molecular vaporizing field should be set up around Devil's Quadrant. Then in case they try to pass through it, zap! 3 little piles of ashes. And the warden has done it again.
We got to the point we're at in this show by trying to imitate other campier shows such as Batman. I get the feeling we are now supposed to see a bit of Colonel Clink from Hogan's Heroes in this guy. But Clink is the lovable, bungling teddy bear who only thinks he's this monstrous engine of discipline and order. This guy is just cruel and selfish. He's not funny.
There! Finished. And I'm sure I look lovely. Last chance, Major. You may have the razor if you'd like it.
Ah, that's not a razor. It's old Mordecai's pig sticker. He slit 3 guards' throats with it before they vaporized him.
How does Smith come to have it? Right now he doesn't, and Creech quietly picks it up and hides it in his sleeve. About that time, the guard appears with Will, the robot, and a fresh cake.
Here you are, Dr. Smith.
Begone, you iron-born ingrate, and take that silly thing with you.
Take it. Have a party. It'll be a blast.
Go, booby!
Dr. Smith, listen to the robot. He's right. It'll be a blast. A real blast.
Blast me no blast, William. Just leave me alone to bake in this oven.
Give it to Major West. He'll know what to do with it. Stop arguing with a brick wall. The robot says, I'll just set it down. I'd rather not drop it.
Oops! I guess I put in too much yeast.
The guard takes Will and the robot to report this to the warden. Creech says now they'll cut off our ice for sure. We have to escape.
Even if we were able to get away from this place, we'd be escaped convicts on the run. They'd surely find us and bring us back.
We'd be more than escaped prisoners. I told you, we have friends and places to hide. Of course, we'd be millionaires, that's why.
That was the magic word. He says his gang has billions in deuteronium stashed away, and not only will they help you disappear, you get a cut of the loot. Smith is in.
Don't listen to him, Smith. It's hopeless.
You're gonna be dumb enough to stand in our way, are you? Now you either come with us willingly, or we'll drag your dead body along after us.
Please don't be difficult, Major. You must come with us or he'll kill you. And it's much too hard to be dragging you along after us.
Smith, you're all hard.
So is Major West. Meanwhile, the warden is dressing down Will and the robot. Will says, yeah, what we did was against your rules, but what you're doing is against the law. They're innocent. They were framed no matter what your punch card court says.
You're correct. Very plainly and very simply, your friends were framed.
Well, then what reason would there be for sending them to prison?
Oh, no, not sending them to prison. Having them escape from prison.
He framed them and put them in with Creech because Creech is always trying to escape. Every time he does, they follow him because they keep hoping one of these times he'll lead them to his gang and that huge stash of deuteronium.
But you have no right to do that. You just can't use Don and Dr. Smith like bait without getting their approval.
I have the right to do anything. Here I am in command. Here what I say is right and what is wrong.
Please have the robot zap him. Better yet, grab that letter opener and give him a pandemic nasal swab with it.
Now, if your friends can help us to solve one of the great unsolved crimes of the galaxy, then that's just what they're going to do, whether they like it or not.
Smith, yeah, keep him in the dark. But if you let Don in on the plan, he can actually help you. He likes Creech about as much as he likes Smith. But Warden Pompous thinks he's the Emperor.
Everything's going just as I planned.
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
Robot, we're gonna have to stop them. We can't let Don and Dr. Smith get vaporized. We're gonna have to go after them.
Once again, my magnificent track and detect system will take over. Come, Will Robinson.
Oh yeah, when he was tracking Creech earlier, we learned that our robot also has bloodhound circuits or something like that.
Why are you still standing there when all those billions await us?
I'm standing here because I take one more step. I could be destroyed.
What do you mean, destroyed?
Oh, we're now entering a section separating quadrant 6 from the devil's quadrant. Rumor has it that it is mined with subatomic charges.
Don helps Smith carefully retrace his steps, then they'll kill a good bit of time trying to figure out how to get past this minefield, all while Smith is standing there holding a perfectly good rock. On top of all the other indignities this show has suffered, now we're making our people look utterly stupid for the sake of runtime.
As a student of modern penology, I would venture to say that there is no minefield at all out there. They obviously know how scare rumors can be magnified in the prison community.
What was that?
Just a scare rumor going up in smoke, Smith.
But at least for the moment, Smith gets to be stupid in a way that actually serves a useful purpose. Even so, it'll take a fight between Don and Creech that ends with another rock thrown and another mine detonated before any one of this gaggle of brilliance gets the idea.
What's the matter?
My sensors indicate concentrations of highly radioactive material beneath the ground ahead of us.
What does that mean?
A minefield.
They don't have time to find a way around. The robot says, "I'll go first and detonate the mines."
Can you do it?
If the subatomic explosive charges are under 10 alphatrons, my structure will withstand them.
An alphatron is a machine that generates alien puppet comedians.
Welcome. You are now entering Devil's Quadrant. All we have to do is walk the length of this canyon, and we're home free!
And rich. I would say don't forget that part, but Smith isn't about to let him.
And we collect that fortune in deuterium.
Of course! That's white for us too! Come on.
Don't listen to him, Smith. If you go across that line, you'll be a hunted man.
You shouldn't have done that. Are you hurt, Major? Oh, good heavens, you are a wicked...
Creech uses a pickaxe and hammer to break the chains and tells Smith, "Come on, let's go meet the gang and collect the deuteronium."
I can't leave him here like this.
Okay. Have it your way. So long, sucker.
Dr. Smith, no! No, stop!
Too bad. Creech was a good character. And now that we've come to the end of his story, how many of us were able to identify his voice? I knew I should be able to place it, but as it turns out, it's been too long since I watched Hill Street Blues and heard Sergeant Esterhaus say,
"Let's be careful out it."
just when you thought the day couldn't get any worse.
You're all heroes. Knowing that Creech was going this way enabled my guards to capture his entire gang and the missing deuteronium. Prisoner 756498273 and 756498274, I have something for you. Your complete pardon.
Oh, make him eat it, Don. Please, make him eat it and then pound him on top of the head until it comes out the other end. It was clear by about the 15th episode that we have given up. There's an unverified story in the IMDb write-up for this series that says William Paley, chairman of CBS at the time, didn't like the show and told his execs to cancel it the instant ratings started to drop. Again, I haven't been able to confirm that story from any other sources, and no sources listed for it on IMDb, but it makes sense. Ratings had started to sag partway through the third season, and suddenly about halfway through the scripts turned to crap. According to all the sources I could find, nobody in the cast knew the show wasn't going to have a fourth season, and they were shocked when they found out. But based on the nosedive in quality that the stories have taken, somebody knew. Someone in the writing department or somewhere knew they were circling the drain and ceased to care. They started slapping scripts together with no thought for characterization, continuity, the physics of this world, or anything else. Just get it submitted, get paid, and get out. That's what the rest of this season feels like. To tell the truth, it's not going to be easy getting through it to the end, but I'm going to do it because there's an episode coming up that I really want to take a close look at. Which one? Well, I guess we'll have to watch and find out, won't we? I'll see you next time you find yourself lost in Irvingland.
If you enjoyed this episode, click the like button and let us know. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you always know what is happening, because something is always happening here at Irving Zoo. We make sure of it. We control his computer. Until next time.